Overwatch is much better than Marvel Rivals, right? I'm supposed to start things off, but that doesn't change that you just spat straight nonsense, Edgeworth. Please, Wright. Rivals doesn't hold a candle to the legacy Overwatch has left for everyone. It was so influential it even won Game of the Year in 2016. Objection! Now, Edgeworth, don't use that Game of the Year BS with me, especially when the game had a huge falloff when Overwatch 2 took over. I don't follow what you mean, right? Overwatch 2 was a step forward in the game's progress. Hold it! Edgeworth, you know damn well what falloff I'm talking about. In its lifespan, players had to deal with constant recolors for skins, barely acknowledgement from the devs, and worst of all, the broken promises of the PvE mode. It looked so promising, and would have justified the rebranding of the game, but then they went ahead, scrapped it all down, and charged $15 for a completely watered down version. Not to mention the much deserved review bombing it got when it got ported to Steam. Okay, I admit, those were dark times. But so what? We're now in a new age of Overwatch, and the developers are finally being more competitive. Thanks to Rivals. Well, right, let's see what Rivals brought to the table. Probably some of the most atrocious balancing changes I've seen. Barely any separate way to play aside from the main game, and just a fraction of representation to other races when compared to Overwatch. Wait, separate way to play the game? What do you mean by that? Obviously, some people are going to want some diversity when they play certain games. So Overwatch had multiple arcade modes like Capture the Flag, Lucio Ball, and Mystery Heroes that can spice up the gameplay. Not to mention, players have creative freedom to make more with the creative workshops. The most Rivals has achieved was a free-for-all, a subpar PvE, and 18v18. Not even a fraction of what Overwatch has to offer. Well, I mean, there were some good ones like the Clone Rumble and the Soccer mode. Plus, Overwatch needs to loop around the arcade mode so you can even play them anytime you like. Hold it! Right, again, those game modes are to mean a fraction of what Overwatch offers. Plus, I'd rather much have a weekly rotation than having something interesting be introduced in the game, just for it to be deleted after a week. Damn, he got me there. Well, you know what, Edgeworth? Rivals has much more affordability than Overwatch. Right, elaborate what you mean by this. I will. A big part of both games are the cosmetics, so obviously some people are going to want to spend some money to access these cosmetics. Well, I'd say Overwatch has much higher quality cosmetics, especially considering they've had many collabs in the past. Yeah, whatever you want to believe. But the price differences between the games is night and day. Not only that, but also the way you earn rewards. In Rivals, it's real easy to earn units. There's usually challenges you can do to earn some, or you can grind the battle pass to get more. Even then, the most you can expect to spend on a skin bundle is maybe $20. Overwatch relies on loot boxes though. You can only earn 3 a day, and even then it's super rare to get good skins for characters you actually use. I cannot stress you the amount of mercy skins this game threw in my face, Edgeworth. Well, right, as you said, people are willing to spend some money to get the skins they want. And that's the problem, Edgeworth. Legendary skins can cost $5 more than in Rivals. And it's even worse with the bundles. Lots of them are more than what you had to pay for a classic Overwatch back in the day. Especially the Street Fighter bundle, which is over $100. I know it comes with a lot of skins, but for that amount of money, I could probably actually buy 2 Street Fighter games. He's right. These prices are unreasonable. Well, right, how about the lack of role queue? Certainly the lack of your teammates logging onto the preferred role is quite an obstacle. Well, I mean, it's not all bad. NetEase said they didn't want to include role queue to encourage flexibility, try different team comps, and make necessary swaps. Plus, it's truly complemented by the team-up abilities you get when you pick specific characters. It helps make it feel more like a team game. Objection! Yes, you say that, but how many games have you encountered where you get multiple people insta-locking DPS and refuse to swap? Too many times. But honestly, role queue will probably only fix that problem by a little. There will still be people that could be locked into a role and still play like it's their first time playing a video game. At least in open queue, you have that chance to make changes, especially if you're just simply having a bad game. I suppose it is quite a dilemma. Sure, you could introduce role queue and some people would love it, but ultimately it won't fix much. Well, how about this, Edgeworth? Marvel Rivals can feel so much more fast-paced and intense. You know how satisfying it is to master high-skill characters like Spider-Man, Thor, and Cap? It can give a good rush. Objection! Fast-paced doesn't always mean good, right? Sure, it's fun on one side, but it's completely unfair on the other. No healer, no player is going to stay happy after getting pulled off by Spider-Man, destroyed by Black Panther, or getting your health deleted by Daredevil. Hold it! Well, it's no more fair than Overwatch. How many times do you get halted by a Junkrat trap, hacked by Sombra, or pulled by Roadhog? Right, that's different. It's not different. Overwatch has so many bullshit abilities that can provide even a slight advantage. Characters like Widowmaker and Zarya are total game changers, and even the healers can be annoying, like Lucio's boop. Objection! You guys are so cute talking all this game. Godo? Diego? You two seem to be forgetting something, though. TF2 mogs both of those games. I said, yeah, we heard you.